Before we get into today's episode, I want to say something to everyone watching or listening right now. You had the idea for years, you have done research, you had the degrees, you had the skill, you had the experience, but you're still waiting until the time is right, waiting until you feel ready, waiting until the fear goes away. I know that person because I was her. I had a business, a real business, and I stopped it. Not because I was failing, but because I didn't know how to grow it. I didn't know how to scale, so I quit. I went back to school. I got more degrees. I thought more education would give me the courage I was missing. But here is what I have learned, and what today's guest will prove to you beyond any doubt. Courage doesn't come before you start. It comes because we start. I am your host, Emefawayo, and today's guest is very close to my world. And I mean that literally because her sister is my friend. But beyond that personal connection, this woman has built something that commands respect in an industry that wasn't always ready to make room for women or for her. She is the founder of women-led architecture firm, which she built from the ground up in 2011, right?
Yeah.
Please welcome Nana Akua Birmeh. Did I get the last name right? Is it Birmeh?
Birmeh, but it's all right. Even I don't, but I think even how I mentioned it is not necessarily the right way. But yeah, Birmeh.
Okay, Nana Akua
Yeah, my
Birmeh.
husband and his people say it differently, but I don't have the tongue for it.
Oh, okay, okay. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's definitely a pleasure to finally be here.
Finally, I finally got you. I'm so happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, what exactly do you do?
Okay, I'm many things. Uh, I'm an architect by profession. I'm an artist at heart. I'm a mom by biology. And largely I'm a present community member in different communities. Yes, and aspects of
Okay.
life. Yeah.
So, yeah. So you have a business, right?
Yes. Let me add that. I'm an architect by profession. Um, I'm an entrepreneur for
Uh-huh.
business.
Uh,
Yes, yes. I run my own private practice architectural firm
oh,
where we design, we build, and we develop.
oh, wow, wow. What's the name of your company again? That name is so hard for me to
I
pronounce.
know, I know, I know. So the name is Arc Zenith. Arc for architecture.
Oh,
Zenith is extrapolated from
oh,
um, the family of Zen, which usually references something different. It has a Greek source, and so architecture with a difference. But
oh,
yeah, due to the difficulty in mentioning it, we tend to just say AX. So,
eggs.
brand
Okay.
wise, we call it AX. Yes.
So after school, did you always know you wanted to build something of your own, or did life slowly lead you there?
Yes. So, I actually did I was on a program recently where I found myself having to think about that question um, a little more intensely. No, I did not necessarily set out to start a business. Yes, life led me there, but I feel like had life opened an opportunity in academia, I will probably be just as driven and as passionate. Had life directed me into the corporate world, wherever, I would have had a similar drive and passion. It turns out that life and what life had for me was entrepreneurship, and that was the opportunity that opened for me, and that's what I took. And so,
Oh,
yeah, yes,
okay. So you went to school for the training, right?
yes. So, architecture is a professional course here in Ghana. Well, at least in my time, which was some 20 something years ago, architecture was a 6 year program. You had to do a 4 year undergrad, get your BSc, but that wasn't a professional degree yet. So you would have to do a postgraduate diploma, which is what we did. Now, largely, it's just you have to do it as a master's. But once you do that, then you have the professional qualification to apprentice. So you are not even there yet. It means now you are qualified to apprentice with an established firm, and within that established firm, over a period of 2 years, under supervision, you get the working experience where you fill your logbooks, you participate in life projects and whatnot. And based on that, um, you then qualify to write your licensing exam, which
Oh,
after the licensing exam, if you pass, then you are given a license and you can legally call yourself an architect and operate on your own. In Ghana, until recently, even after that, you had to have worked for 10 years before you could start an architectural firm on your own.
wow.
Yes, yes. Most of
Eh,
the professional programs tend to stretch out that much because there's a lot of supervisory requirements in what we do. Um, as you can imagine, when one building falls down, the tragedy is beyond. Yeah, so there's too much risk around people flying around on their own, and so the system builds in. It's just like doctors as well. As you know, I'm married to a
Yeah.
doctor, so I also
Yeah.
lived through the same thing on my husband's side, where they have to, after undergrad, they do the clinicals portion and pass that one as well. So they also do 6 to 7 years. Then after that, you now enter your house of housemanship, also under that same supervision. After housemanship, you become a medical officer. It's a long, long ride.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it.
It's a lot. It's a
Wow.
lot. Yes. Yes.
Wow. So, in Ghana, I do hear something like draftsman. We have the mason, the draftsman, the architect. Like, what's the difference?
Okay. So, in every professional industry, you will typically have, let's say, the professionals in our space. You have the architects, you have engineers, that's the built environment. You have the structural engineers, you have the mechanical, electrical, plumbing engineers, you have quantity surveyors, then you have the contractors, and I mean, it goes on and on. Geotechnical engineer, it's a whole ecosystem that works together. Now, for each of these specific areas, there's also a level of work inputs. So on the architect side, there are also people who train as technicians,
Mm.
draftsmen, or car technicians. They are like they do a certain portion of the work um, from the architects. So they don't operate on their own. Typically, they are supposed to work and with an architect as providing a specific uh, service to the architect's work.
Mm.
Similarly, structural engineers have their technicians or their draftsmen as well, who provide a specific service for the engineer's work. And it goes through like that. The challenge, though, is sometimes lack of exposure or knowledge. You tend to have draftsmen having worked for a period, presenting themselves as architects, and then you end up with a
Yeah.
lot of challenges because
Mhm.
clearly to have by the time you have gone through the rigorous training and experience to become an architect with a license, and this license meaning that you are legally bound to your work, the laws are you are there's a law governing what you do. You have professional indemnity on work that you do. By the time you get to that point, you have you have enough experience to be able to deliver and minimize risk on your work. And to by the time you reach there, I mean, a draftsman who wants to be able to also do that would have to go through that same process to become an architect, and then they can present themselves like that. So that is anyway a general challenge in the built environment. When people have worked for a while, they think, oh, I can do this or that, but there's so much that goes into it.
Yeah.
It only takes time, experience, to be able to actually get it done. Yeah, and safely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks for explaining it to me. Yeah. Did you work for someone before starting the business? And how long did
Yes.
you do that before you said, okay, it's time for me to
Yes.
build my own?
No, so
Yeah.
my journey is slightly, um, just a little different. Um, it was quite straightforward after school. So all through college, I spent every single vacation interning in an office. So I had a lot of experience by the time I came out. Now,
Mm.
when I came out,
So once.
I had an array of offices that were ready to work with me. So it was my choice where I go and work. And so at that point, there was a particular office that I aligned with their design philosophy. I liked what they were and putting out there. I wanted to learn from there. And it was also a woman, a German lady called Christina, who up to date I call my architectural mother. So yes, yes, yes. I mean, I went in there and I'm one of those staff that if you don't sack me, I'm not leaving. I'm working. I'm very passionate about what I do.
Yeah, I can see
I'll work
that.
and work and
No.
work. If you don't sack me, if you don't sack me, I'll go. So I mean, that's how much I loved the work I did and the work we were doing there. And so within a year, I mean, she was a foreigner and was yet to license in the system. So, though she was always working in collaboration with licensed architects in the system. And I mean, after a year of rigorous work and experience, I felt like I was ready to take on the licensing, even though
Mhm.
the requirement was 2 years. But I had
Mhm.
enough experience to go at it
Experience.
after 1 year, and I went at it and I passed very well actually. And so I was licensed after 1 year. And
Wow.
soon after that, just around that actually was also when I was preparing to settle down, get married and all that.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, the space or where I was working wasn't uh, conducive for that kind of life that I was going to find myself in now. And
Mhm.
so I made the decision to step away, not completely detached, because even after I left, I was still providing services to my boss at the time. When she had projects where she felt like this needed a certain level of commitment, she'd call on me, and of course I'll run and go and go and do it. And so we still have that kind of level of uh, uh, engagements, between us, our offices. In fact, we've even collaborated as offices before. And so at the time, I was also lucky to have started um, some work for a private client who was also now starting out as a developer. And between us, the my response to the design requirements and the style of design and everything that I brought. I mean, it was so different. And for the first project that we tried it on, sorry about my dogs.
No,
For
it's okay.
the first project we did together was such a massive success that also there was confidence to progress from there, because now on his part as well, um, we're just now moving on from project to project to project. And really, a lot of it, like I said, it found me. I didn't go looking for it. This wasn't my plan to go and start any company because, but in that time, this opportunity also presented itself. As usual, I outdid myself. I overdo. And I overdo such that um I mean, right from that first project, I mean, the rest is history, and that became what is now largely reputed. I mean, Imperial Homes is one of the forerunners in the yes, Imperial Homes. So that's how we started. So until a few years ago, everything Imperial Homes was coming from my desk because we had that sort of partnered relationship. And as the projects were growing, I was also bringing on more team members, doing a lot more trainings and all that. So we were also growing. So, we grew, and
So at
Agdenis
what
became
so at
Agdenis
what stage did you separate yourself from her? Like to have your
from my
own,
boss.
yes, from your boss.
No, it was barely, it was under 2 years.
Oh,
Yes, it was. I think I
wow.
worked there for about a year, but that's how much rigor was. No, okay, about 2 years. Yes, that's how much rigor um we 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 underwent underwent in that time. That I learned so much, so much. And for me, having been trained that way, that is how we also that the kind of training we apply in our office. And so we also get a lot of people coming in where they know um they will get a similar level of rigor and
Training.
exposure
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
has such that once you come in, by the time they are ready to write their licensing exam, more often than not, maybe 90% or 95%
Really
of people who train
confident.
through us usually pass their licensing exam. And that's a particular exam that I mean, if anyone knows how that is in Ghana, people can go World War, Second World War, Third World War, Fourth World. You can write and write and write, and it's yeah, and that's because they also don't get places where they get the kind of rigor and
Exposure.
exposure exactly. So it tends to be. I wrote my exam with one of my lecturers because that's how long it had taken him. Yes, to
Oh,
to be able to come and actually take that exam. It's a big hurdle that
wow.
professionally we do. It's like the lawyers and the bar. You will
Mhm,
do it
mhm,
and do it.
mhm.
Yes, lawyers and passing the bar and being called to the bar. In our case, being inducted as an associate member of the Ghana Institute of Architects, it's quite a bit. And to be registered
Oh.
and the Architects Registration Council as a legal entity with a number, a license number, like a plate.
Oh, wow.
Yes, yes,
Interesting. Interesting. So, meaning, it was easy for you to start your own because you already had built a confidence in with your boss,
exactly.
right? So, when you started your own, did you still have any fear of, oh, is this going to work? Or will it work? Will I survive it? Am I taking the right decision? Did you go through anything of that sort, or because of the confidence, so you didn't really go through that?
I think, like I said, it was a very organic process. Um, Work, I was getting the work, I was doing the work, I was delivering the work, I was getting paid for the work. The work I was doing was attracting further work. And so, um, of course, running a company, then it becomes other things come in apart from your passion to draw and design and da da da. Then now you are thinking about staff and human resource and that
Yeah, that's
and
a hard
and
one
finance
too.
and taxes and after yes. So all that it comes with the is the terrain. And I mean, for some of us, you don't start out with having all that those parts. On the technical part, on my profession part, I have all the confidence. Everything else was I was learning on the job. Let's say
Mhm,
I was
mhm.
learning as as I was working and growing, and a lot of these things is by facing it. The challenge presents itself. You face it. You find the solution. You add that to your backpack of experience and knowledge, and you move on because it will come again anyway. So that's
Yeah.
the kind of that's how I went about it. Yes, because there was confidence in my professional
Mhm.
capacity. I had confidence in
Mhm.
my professional capacity. The other things were things to learn, things to
Yeah, that's true.
find, things to
That's
research,
true.
things to exactly, exactly.
That's true.
So I mean, sometimes people would ask you, okay, oh, so did you have capital to start your business? Nobody, no capital. Nobody gave me any money. I haven't. Was there a business plan? No, there was no business plan.
Oh,
No,
wow. That's interesting to know.
no,
That's really interesting to
no, none of those. We just we had to get the work done, and we were getting the work done, and the rest we were learning on the job.
know. On the job. Got it. Got it. Okay, so after you separated, you separate yourself, you had your own thing. How did people hear about you? Because you didn't have a big name yet, right?
No,
And like I mean, your first client, at least, how did your first client trust you? Have to
yeah. Okay, I
bring you
can
the
tell you
job?
exactly how it happened, and I remember it
Ah,
so clearly.
oh my
So I was just before I wrote, when I was preparing for my licensing exam, there was a major section relating to project management. And at the time, I mean, my dad, uh, being a civil engineer and he teaches these things as well. He's a guru in all these
God.
project things, and he's an engineer. He must know something. So I went to him. I don't you have any books that you can give me to go? Because with the exam as well, I gave it my all. Like I didn't leave any room. I literally found the previous, the people that wrote before us, the highest or the person who topped in that group, located him, and I would be in his house sometimes till midnight because you would teach me what you learned. Like
I like that
I go
spirit.
big or go home. That's me. Go big or go home. Oh, I gave it my all. So I mean, in thinking about resources apart from what we were being taught, and so I went to my dad. I said, "You must have some material for me because I've seen project management in this thing." And like, oh, he had yeah he one of his friends' sons came for the books a couple of years ago. He hasn't brought it back, and so I should go and look for him. So I took his number and called him and I said, "You have my father's books, and that's I need it for my exam." And he asked me to come to his office. So I got to his office and he
Oh,
said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I'm going to write it. I'm an architect." "Hey, you have grown. You are an architect." I said, "Yes." "So you did draw?" I said, "Yes." He said, "You go fit draw house?" I said, "Yes." Then he pulled out a site plan and he says,
oh,
You go fit draw about like what we go fit use this for." Literally, he was, he was chat. I was like, "Yeah, we can do this." He was like, "So can you do some?" I said, "Yes." I took the site plan. The next day I called him, "Where are you?" It's like, I was like, "Yeah, I've conceptualized something. Can I come and show you?" And I went, and he couldn't believe what I had just done with the
mm,
the drawing he gave me. Because we went on the site, I looked at the buildings, and I said, "Okay, we can do this," and I went to put on paper. I came back with three Ds, how we can expand this, how we can extend, how we can do this, do that, and he could see the potential in the project, and he was blown away. At that
mm.
moment, he was calling every friend of his. He has an architect. I have an architect. I get architects for here. I get. He was going to show off to his friends that he has an architect,
Oh,
and I mean, we did. He was like, "Are you sure about this?" I said, "Yeah." Especially since we were also, um, that is the design style I was proposing at the time wasn't quite popular in Ghana. Like people had their vision of what a good design looked like. Which, I mean, I have my philosophical reservations about, and so for him to, it was he was a bit of a risk on me that okay, this is different. This is not what we are used to, but let's see. And from then, we moved on to the next stage. We went to the site, we did what we had to do. Construction started. I supervised through the processes. And I mean, for both of us, it opened our eyes to the possibilities of what could be done. Anyway, so that is how the work process part started. And in
oh.
in our industry as well, we don't advertise. And so jobs come from referrals. Someone needs to see or go into a building that is actually standing there and hasn't fallen down and or like it enough to ask who did it. We don't
Oh,
advertise.
I
Yes, the same
see.
with, yes.
Hmm.
So actually, if you see anyone that is saying, I make designs, this is my phone number, this is my address, call me for a quote or whatever, usually they wouldn't be a professional architect. It would mean they are people who are playing in the space, but they are not professional. Yes.
Wow. So your work speak for itself.
Your work must speak for itself. Your work must call. Yes.
I get it.
And
I
that
get it.
also means that you would have gone through the process of having worked under some level of supervision, having gone through the rigorous process so that you can now be, we can confidently, license you to roam freely, let's say. So
Wow.
that's how this came about. And that's how I got my referrals, a lot of referrals. Oh, once was it in church or something? That particular first project, which was at that time I was actually living there as well. I mean this was my first project. I lived there for 10 years in the complex. Okay, over 10 years actually. And once in church, I sat by someone who, sometimes we take our notes on our phones and our tablets, and the person with the sitting next to me on his tablet had that particular project as their screensaver. Yes, the whole time I was itching to ask him, why, sorry, can you tell me about why do you have my house on your tablet? And after church, I was like, I'm sorry to pry. I know this is inquisitive and this, but please, I saw an image on your tablet. What's that about? It's like, oh, it's one building he has seen. It's his favorite building he's seen, and he just saw it. Said,
Oh,
this is yes. And so it's a building he has seen, he loves, and he's taken a picture and made it his um screensaver. Okay, I was like, oh
wow.
well, okay, that's my project.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
really nice. That's really interesting. So I'm curious
yeah.
about something. I'm curious about something. In architecture, it's so it's a very male dominated field, right? And I think anyone listening knows exactly what that means. Were there a moment, I mean, like, were there a moment where you felt you had to prove yourself a little harder, simply because you're a woman, to fit into the field? Like, was
I
there
mean,
in a moment when you started?
yeah, I mean, generally, everything from the training to on the field to there's an expectation prior to them actually experience what you are capable of. So I think with consistency, for me, and this is what I keep telling, as you know, we also have a lot of women coming through our office, training in our office. And what I keep telling them is at the end of the day, the work is what matters. If you know your stuff, if you have the competence, if your work will speak for you.
Mm-hmm.
At
Mm-hmm.
that point, it's not about you being a woman, you being a. Once the work is, I mean, wait, when did you leave? Were you here when we completed the Melcom building on
No,
the Spintex Road,
no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't there. No, I
the
wasn't
big
there.
one?
No,
I
I
mean,
wasn't.
it's there. People are trooping in and out. People love it. It's performing. It's a phenomenal building. Yeah. At the end of the day,
Wow.
um, whether it was a woman or a man who did it, it's a good job. And
It's
and
true.
and that's what
Yeah,
matters
that's
to me.
true.
That I will do the
Yeah,
job, and it's a good job. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
I
That's
have
true. That's true.
of course, there are peculiar um, needs around being a woman, which whether we like it or not, is part of us, and so we sort of have to deal with a little bit more than men when it comes to just life in general. And so um, it will take you a little. Um, I mean, we have our life is in cycles, monthly
Yeah,
cycles in
that's
general.
very true.
For men,
Yeah,
it's
that's
straightforward. They are going from A to B to C to D. We are just going round and round like this. And I mean, it just means that you do a little bit more to still, to still stand toe to toe. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
got
at the
it.
end of the
Got
day,
it.
it's the work. It's the work. It's the work. It's the work. I keep telling them, it doesn't. Look, once your work is good, everybody forgets that you are a woman or you are a man. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, it was one of it was a conscious effort when I started out that I wouldn't let my I was conscious to not let my biological circumstances get mixed up with the work I'm doing. So
Mm-hmm.
um, my clients and people I work with, I think sometimes they even forget that I'm a woman, because if there's a site meeting, I'm on the site, whether I'm pregnant or I have a baby. I've made my own arrangements within my setup. I mean, sometimes you'll be in a big meeting doing a major presentation, and the baby is in the car with the nanny, and the air condition is on. They're waiting. I'm doing it. I wouldn't say I won't come, because I have the baby. There's that. There are times you need that. But I mean, if thankfully I've had very um trouble-free pregnancies and childbirths and baby. So yeah, so I will be on site. I will be pregnant. So I think my the people around me, the work environment has never really had to turn things around or make amends because I'm going through something. I would usually still deliver. If the work has to be ready tomorrow, to be ready tomorrow. You won't know that whilst I was doing that work, maybe I was, you know, the baby was here and the laptop was here, and I was, which happens,
Yeah,
which
okay.
happens. I mean, I have
Yeah,
the
I
baby
get it.
here. Oh, those boys, those my children, they'll be here. And then I have my laptop and I'm going. Same difference, nothing really changes. But I
Uh,
mean, with that confidence, I think the people around me, it's never been something that got in the way of people having confidence in what I can do. I'll show up. I'll do what I gotta do.
yeah, talking about the okay, so you do both commercial and
Oh,
individuals and stuff
we
like
have
that.
multiple.
Can
We
you name some of
we did.
the big
Yes,
projects that you were
yes.
involved in? Like Malcolm,
A
you
church.
mentioned. Like,
Yes, the
yeah.
ICGC
Oh,
Christ
wow.
Temple. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's our project as well. I mean, we've done. There's a hospital that we just completed in Spintex. We've done hospitals, hotels, school. Uh, right, so much. I mean, for me, at the beginning I said I'm an artist as well. I'm a designer. I'm a designer. Whether it's I will design, you know. Um, the newer the project, I actually look forward to a project type that we haven't done before, because that changes me. You know, it's a challenge to design something we haven't designed before. Um, yeah,
And then what's the name?
I mean,
Individuals. Do you?
yeah, and of course the private villas, the homes, the small, the affordable house. We do all that. I mean, it's not. In Ghana, generally we don't niche in terms of. As for me, I only do hotels because our market is not also that um
Big.
expensive, where you can niche, and if you niche, you won't eat. So so so
Yeah, that's true.
so really our work is also largely guided by the demand on the market.
Mm.
Somebody comes. We've just completed a resort project, a
Oh, wow.
beachfront resort, for example. Yes, a beachfront resort. Um, we're doing an affordable project, um, housing project. We're doing a what do you call it? A warehouse,
Mm.
warehouse factory. We're doing a factory, you know. So
Wow.
it's really, yes, it's really about what the market is demanding and the capacity to actually put the right information in. technology together, let's say, available. Make it happen. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. So I know one thing about you as well. You are a strong advocate for making the workplace a better place for women, especially mothers.
Very important.
Did something
Very important.
personal happen to you that made this cause so close to your heart?
Well, I did start my practice with my firstborn in the court next to my seat, literally. So this was my office, this is my desk, this is the court, and this is the baby, and this is the clients, and we are chatting. So in my, so it is for us. It's and I we say we don't work life balance. No, we are working and we are life, and life is working. Working is life, and life is we don't compartmentalize. We move.
I like that. I like that. I like
We
that.
move. Yeah.
Nothing is stopping us.
No, 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 no.
Nothing
We
will
move.
stop us. Oh, wow. I see.
We move. Mm.
I see. So, how do you balance it all? A wife, you're a wife, you're a mother
A
of
very good one.
four.
Add that. Add that.
And
I want my husband to hear it.
very, very good wife,
I want my husband
mother
to hear
of
it.
four. A mother of four, three strong boys, three
Yeah.
strong boys, a
Yeah.
business owner. And I know you party so hard as well. Okay, wait a minute. As for the party part, I know I was gonna bring this part. Because I know you with all that's going on, you still party so hard.
Yeah.
But wait a minute,
Yeah.
I have something. I have something to say. I have to say this on air because I feel
Mm.
like the world needs to know your family. And I say this with so much love because you're such my friend. Your family does not need a reason to have a party. Trust me.
No, 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 no.
Someone
We
could
don't.
literally just cough. And the next thing, there is a
Party?
meeting. I know. What I'm going to say, people might think I'm exaggerating or I made this
Yeah,
up, but I'm
no,
not.
no.
She's here.
That's
She's
actually
right
it.
here. I'm not. And this is how the meeting goes. Let me describe the meeting. It will be like, who coughed? Chelsea
Mhm.
coughed. Oh my goodness. What should we do? Let's organize a party for her. Great idea. But wait, where are we organizing this party? At Amia's house? No. Pram Pram? No. Dada's house?
Oh,
Oh, you know what? Let's vote. Let's vote. Let's vote. A
who's
vote
bringing the
will be
drinks?
cast.
Who's it? A child,
Aha.
organize the drinks. This person, bring the nuts. That person, bring the nuts.
Bam. A party is born. Just like that.
Oh yeah, just like that.
Just
Yes,
like that.
it's awesome.
So
It's awesome.
know this, right? I know you guys. I know this about. You see, she confirmed it, so I'm not lying. She confirmed it.
No, no, she's not lying. That's us. We will have a party.
Okay.
Well, I think we are also, we are also a lot, and already we have the numbers to make up good parties. And then we have a lot of friends like you who we have absorbed and made part of it. And
Talking about this, to my family watching this podcast, if I ever go missing, please do not file a report of panic.
just find these
I
people.
have voluntarily handed myself over to her family to be kidnapped. Don't worry at all. I'll
Indeed,
be fine.
indeed.
I'll be fed.
We got
I'll
her.
be
We got
dancing
her.
every single
Yes,
day. I'll be dancing every
yes.
single day for
You'll
this
find her
family every time.
dancing. You'll find her with us dancing for sure.
Yeah, but honestly, that's what I love about your family, and yeah, that's just by the
Yeah.
way,
Yes,
the
it is
fun,
by
the
the way.
party.
Yes, we like to be there for each other. We like to have a reason to celebrate, you know, and we'll
So,
make
so
up a
back to
reason
my
to
question.
celebrate if we have to.
I know, I see that all the time. I'm like, these people. So back to my question, how do you balance it all? Like a wife, a mother of four, three strong boys, we know boys, business owner, and
Yes,
still
yes.
have energy to throw a party for a cough. How do you
Mm-hmm,
balance
mm-hmm.
all this?
I
How
mean,
do you do that?
I, hmm, I've been lucky also to have a lot of support. Um, as you know, for example, between me and my husband, we met in college. We've known each other since college before we got married, and we understand um where we are each going in life, and we support each other. And so, on being the wife part, I know I have a cheerleader from those times when we're in tech. Um, so there's that, yes. And we also understand the kind of work we each do. You know, like I said, he's a medical doctor, so you can imagine on his part as well.
Mhm. That's
Oh
involving
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yes. So we understand ourselves. Um, on the mom part as well. Oh, and it helps that he's a pediatrician, so that takes a whole load
Yay!
of me.
Yeah,
And
that's
now
true.
it's even more, yes, yes. So then,
Oh wow.
of course, I've been blessed also with, a nanny. But I don't know if I even call her a nanny because she's like actually my madam.
Family.
Um, she's my madam who has been with me since my first child. So we are going on 16 years now. It's rare, and I really
It
appreciate that.
is. I
Yes, it's
know.
very rare. It's very rare. It's
Hmm.
it's it's not easy. And so I appreciate that as well. And of course, I have the family, like I will dump them on one of them easily. If I can't take it, I'm just sending them like you. I will dump them.
Antiacos.
You know,
Antiacos.
you know. Yes. I, and yes, so that's the thing. We chip in for each other like that. They know when they can bring theirs to me. I know when I can dump mine on them. We sort of we have that um community. And of course, with work as well, thankfully, at some point in the career, my very good friend Agnes, who joined me at a point, and we grew together, and now she's partner. And so I also don't bear everything like before. I have the room to share. Something we always say is lonely at the top when it comes to business leaders. And for us, we are lucky to have that like the partnership that allows us to share the load and um, do the good cop bad cop sometimes and yeah, we have all kinds of strategies that we deploy. She's also, I mean, raising a young family. I've already been through that. It's a good for her as well. We are just, yes. So it's that at the end, it's people matter. People matter, and you can't do all this stuff by yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, you get the help you need. Um, of course, it also means that when it's time for party, it's a good time to
That's
let
the
it
part I
all
want to
go,
hear.
let it
That's the
all
part I
go,
want to
let
hear.
it all
That's the
go.
part I.
Oh, it's necessary. One must,
That's the
you
part.
know, it's
The part
necessary.
I want to hear. I
It's
want to
good
know.
to lighten up and just, life goes on. You lighten up, you enjoy the blessings, you enjoy the community, the support, um, and just, yeah, we live to fight another day, you know?
That's nice. That's nice. I admire that about you a lot. Seriously. Yeah. So you founded Ghana's first women-led architecture firm in
So there's a slight, I don't know, this
2011.
this has been, it seems to be, so we aren't the first. There have been one or two. They didn't, um, if, maybe project as much. I believe there was one at some point many years ago.
Mhm.
So, but in our case, we came in and the sheer scale of it's always a shock when people come in and see all the women uh, handling all the things. Normally, when we have gone for meetings, you would have, if we are five, three of us or four of us will be women, or maybe all five of us will be women, and it tends to be a bit of a shock to people. So yeah, we've been
Yeah.
referred to as the women's firm because
Yeah,
we
because
do.
when you research about you, this comes
I
out a
know,
lot.
I
It
know. It
does
comes
comes
out a
out a
lot
lot.
because this. I think what we have done has projected it far beyond what has ever been before. And so this is the first time people are hearing or seeing or being exposed to even that this exists. And it's because also we have a lot of work people can point to. They know our work is out there. We have work
Mhm.
that is actually out there, and and people can connect with. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, that's nice. So I have this information too. If I'm wrong, you can correct me, okay?
Hmm.
In your first 6 years, right? You completed 53 projects with over $140 million. That's not luck. What was driving you doing that? That's big, you know. What was driving
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
doing that season of life?
Passion, passion. Do you know what it's like to take an empty lot and put you hear the clients what this one needs, put all the constraint, everything. Oh, the process is rigorous, and then finally you visualize, you dream, you compose, you do this, and then you're done, and this thing is first of all that even its clients loves it enough to put their money behind it, and then it's built, and then just the way you envisioned people, the way people gather, the way people use the space where they go, it's an incredible feeling. I mean, and for those of us in passion professions, yeah, it's sometimes it's to a fault. I mean, when you love what you are doing, hmm,
Open.
you can just keep going, 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 going. If somebody doesn't press stop, you are just going, going, going,
Wow.
and
Wow.
it's beautiful.
That's
It's
huge.
Yeah. I mean, now
That's
we have
huge.
almost 200 projects. Um, I think from our last count, we have close to 200 projects.
From 53 to 200. Wow. That's big. Oh, wow. I like that. I'm happy for you. And in 2021, you were appointed to the LUSPA governing board. You know, this, I
LUSPA,
didn't know what
yeah.
it was. So I had
Yeah.
to go research about it. And this is what I found out. It
Land use
said,
and spatial planning.
uh they choose where factories, parks, like you got, like the board in which
Yeah,
you are,
yeah,
parks,
yeah.
schools, houses can be built. They make blueprint for towns and cities so buildings do not block roads or end up in flood zones. They ensure that development do not destroy forests, wetlands, or farming areas. They give the official rules to local assemblies who then use those rules to hand out building permits. Nanekia, it's like you're planning our town. This is big.
Yes, so
This is big.
it's like the regulator in the space. I was on the board or as a representative of the Ghana Institute of Architects. Of course, the board is made up of, you have a representation from the engineers, representation from um, lands, forestry, environmental protection, even the House of Chiefs. So it comes together, and this authority is supposed to be an umbrella that guides the physical development of the country. At the time I was put on the board, I think this it had just been transitioned from a previous entity that was, I think, Town and Country Planning, and so it was still finding its feet. But it's one of those entities that, if well resourced and well empowered, could actually make a lot of difference and impact in our spatial planning. If you do want to look at uh, achievements, let's say it like that, though, I mean, there are a few that I find very rewarding, just as um, in relation to building career. So in 2017, the BBC has this thing they do, that they look around the world and they name 100 women. They call it BBC Women 100. 100 women for the year who they consider as making remarkable impact in whatever it is they are doing. And that year I was named on that list with presidents and all kinds of
It's the
people.
African Women Innovation Award that you got?
No, no, this was BBC 100.
Okay. Wow.
And then,
Wow.
yes, then we have the AWIF, that's the African Women Innovation Award as well. That was also phenomenal. And then I think, I mean, with all that anyway, the one that really, for me, was very, very humbling was a few years ago. I have to think 2 or 3 years ago, when my college invited me to be in America. They'll call it a commencement speaker at the
Hmm.
graduation ceremony of my college, and I was. I mean, this was the college where I sat through torturous nights trying to finish my work and just get out of here. And I mean just um, to go back to that in that light, it was truly humbling, and I don't
Big.
take it for
Yeah, it
granted
was big. It was big.
at all.
It was big. Yeah, I really, really love your drive. Seriously, I love your drive. And you have still achieving a lot. And I like that. I like that for you, and I'm so happy. That's why I was so eager to interview you because
I
I know
know,
you have a lot.
I know. You have suffered. You have suffered to get me.
Yes, yes, I've been looking for you everywhere. Yeah, my goodness. So, there's this last question that I normally ask, and this question is very dear to my heart. About a proverb or an adage, a wise saying you grew up hearing. I don't know. It would be nice if you say it in our local dialect. If you can too, you
Oh,
can
I
just
will.
say it
I
in
will.
English. Oh, okay. And
So, they have, so in tree they say your food in the I've always believed that it's actually, and this means is the one who climbs the good tree that is pushing. And as you know, I'm also a staunch Christian. It relates to even the scripture that says, "For who is faithful in little is faithful in much." And I think I can say it's been an unconscious approach in my life in general, that I take everything. I call it World Cup. I take everything World Cup. Um, I don't despise small things or small beginnings. I will treat, even in the work I do. We say to them sometimes, if you brought me a chicken coop to design, you're gonna have the best chicken coop you've never seen before, because that's how much passion. The same way drive I will use to design a shopping mall, that's the same passion I'll put into a door kennel or somebody's bathroom renovation. Because for me, it's the my drive is to deliver excellence. I want it to be excellent, no matter the scale. That no, whatever it is. And even interestingly, I tell this to my family all the time. It's the one that does not even have the money that requires more intentionality and excellence from me, because ono na nsika so ono na ne kakra na ode ye no is no kakra na ode ye no they are all.
yeah,
And so
it's
that's not the one
true.
I'm coming to despise, because it's not. And that has been my
So,
approach throughout anything I'm doing. And for me, when I look back, I see that those a lot of times those are the things that have opened bigger doors or other doors to me, because I was locked up in one little thing and doing this like it was the last thing in the world. And that is what goes out there and speaks of me, and somebody's, oh, so this is what, and then something else comes your way. So I strongly believe that despise not little beginnings. He who is faithful in little is faithful in much. In fact, in the parable of the talents, God said, even you that He has given one, that you're wicked for not doing anything to it. He will give it to the one who He gave 5 talents.
Yeah, it's true. It's very
So
true.
you
That's so
appreciate,
deep.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is really deep. It is really deep.
Your food, your pan, your piano.
No food, yeah, back in it, yeah. So do you think, because this drive that you have, right? I know because you have passion for what you do. That's why you have that drive, And there are a lot of people who have passion for things, but they still don't have the drive. They have fears and they're scared to do. Do you think people are naturally born entrepreneurs, born like you, and some are not? Or why some can't?
Listen, I'll go back to the Bible. If I perish, I perish. If you don't do it, Esther, also if I perish, I perish. The thing, if we don't do it, we are going to die. If we do it, maybe we won't die. But if we die, it's the same thing we're going to have anyway. So
I be that.
yeah, all die be die. So do it. Do it. If you do it, it's better to do it and know than let fear hold you back. Just do it. It's not the end of the world. It shall pass. Another will come. And at least if that was a failure, that becomes a lesson for your next one. You definitely know what not to do with this next one. Yeah, and really, not everybody has to be an entrepreneur either, and really, not everybody has to. You can, you can be a leader wherever you are, in whatever space you are. There's a place for someone starting something, somebody holding on to it, somebody making, the different levels. I think for me, it's about just knowing where you fit
Mhm.
and where you fit in that ecosystem and giving that place your all.
Oh, got
Yeah.
it.
So it in the end, the success matrix is not about whether you are doing it as an entrepreneur or in a corporate entity or on your whichever direction. Whatever you are doing, do it with excellence. And that's
Wow. I knew you're gonna bless me with a lot of wisdom.
oh, MF.
And I appreciate this a whole lot. It was so hard to find you, but I did. And I'm so grateful for saying, when you hear those yes, especially when invited you and you said yes, I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, that's so sweet. And yes, it's I don't know. Anytime you hear that yes, you're so happy.
yeah,
And so
yeah.
I am so grateful for saying yes to me. And then with all
Thank
your
you for
busy
having me.
time, you still find time for me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
I'm
And
glad.
this
I'm
conversation,
glad I came.
yes, yes, this conversation has been everything I hoped it would be. And honestly, more. It has been more, So I started this podcast because of my past. I had a business before and I stopped it because I didn't know how to scale. I went back to school, I got more degrees, and then one day I realized that ah, what I actually needed wasn't more preparation or more education or more skills. What I needed was to act,
Yeah,
act because
just do
sometimes
it.
I'm there, yeah, just do it. I
Just
realized
do
that.
it.
And talking to people like you is exactly why it helps me, right? It helps
Yeah,
me
yeah.
understand. It motivates me and it pushes me, and it makes me understand that, this is how it is. This is what you have to do. It's enforced stuff in me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm so happy, I'm so happy. And I thank you so much for being here.
Yeah,
And for all the people listening, I hope you pick something out of it. If you are sitting somewhere right now wondering whether to start, let this be the conversation that moves you. You don't have to be ready. You just have to begin, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, everyone listening, thank you very much for being here on Stories with MFRY, yo. Real people, real stories, real impact. See you next
Thank you.
episode.
Thank you so much.